Alright guys, welcome back to another video. I am thelrschmo, and today I'm going to be doing my review for both Ink Gotenks and Tech Transforming BUU, as well as a mix of should you summon for them, whether or not, because they are dropping in just a few days here on Global Dokkan, and a lot of people have been asking me, should I summon for them, should I skip, should I wait for the Christmas banners, so on and so forth. So today I'm just going to be breaking it down for you guys here and now. If you want to summon for them, I cannot stop you from summoning for them. Do I recommend it? No, not necessarily. However, I do. It's like a mix of yes and no, and I will get into it later as to why. But first, let's break down each individual unit, starting off with Ink Gotenks. So he has 3 transformations: Base Form, Super Saiyan, and Super Saiyan 3. He's the leader of Special Pose and Youth category, which is a horrible leader skill. The only saving grace of it is Youth category leader, so he will replace Kid Goku as the Youth category leader, which is fine. Kid Goku is not that great to begin with. His super attack greatly raises defense for 1 turn, causing immense damage. Passive is Key 1, attack and defense 100%, transforms upon the next turn that he's in. So, you know, solid, not too great. You know, it is what it is. He gets attack and defense 100%. He gives himself 1 key on top of having already a ton of key links and everything else. So, you know, it's a start. You know, it's fine. Also, keep in mind, both BUU and Gotenks are in a million different categories. They each share so many different categories with each other and a lot of different units too. So that is one main benefit of them both. You can run them on a lot of different teams, so that's a huge plus for them. So let's move on. So like I said, he transforms upon the next turn that he's in automatically. You know, there is no can I transform or not. His next transformation is Super Saiyan. Key 2, attack and defense 100%. Oh, and causes immense damage and great chance of stunning the enemy. Key 2, attack and defense 100%. High chance of attack 50% with a high chance of an additional attack 50%. And the same thing applies for defense as well. And then a medium chance of launching an additional super attack. So Super Saiyan Gotenks is very, very good. Okay? Like, you know, it's all chance based, of course, especially if you get his full passive off. But if you do get his full passive off, you're looking at 2 key and 200% attack and defense right then and there. He's easily breaking like 4 million attack stats easily. So he's very, very good. His link skills are not that great. Base form, what did he have? Base form, he has signature pose, same warrior race, same lineage. One thing to keep in mind: Innocence, Fuse Fighter, Supreme Power, and Fierce Battle all stay the same throughout all of his transformations. So just keep that in mind. I believe same warrior race and same lineage. Yeah, they become Super Saiyan and Golden Warrior. And then here's the main drawback for these units: their active skill transformations. So they share the same active skill transformation. Can be activated when HP is 70% or more starting from the 4th turn after transformation. So if, for example, if you transform into Gotenks turn 3, right? Or exchange into Skinny BUU with BUU, right? On turn 3, you can flow them off, and then come turn 7, when they finally come back, that's when you can then use the active skill with them. If you don't, and you keep them on the main rotation, you're not looking at their active skills until, what, turn 8, turn 9 the latest? Well, you know, realistically turn 8. But that's a long time for an active skill transformation. Probably one of the longest active skill transformation requirements. I'm not going to count AGL or Gohan, because his is bullshit. That's the main drawback of these units, unfortunately. You know, their final transformations, which of course is the best part of, you know, the units themselves, you're not getting them in Super Battle Road. Unless you're purposely stalling out the battle, you are not going to see Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks or Super BUU in Super Battle Road. It's just not happening. In long events, though, you can do that just fine. Still very deep into the long event, but regardless, once the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks and Super BUU come out, you're good, you're set. Because we look at Gotenks right here, greatly raises attack and defense for 3 turns, high chance of stunning the enemy. Passive skill now becomes attack and defense 100%, plus an additional attack 100% when performing a super attack, and then key 3 and a great chance of launching an additional super attack 4 turns from the start of turn. So, like, just think about it for a second, right? This guy, at least if you have one dupe or more in him, he has a chance, just like Cooler does, to launch up to 3 super attacks at once. And then he also has Limit Breaking Form and Over in a Flash, along with all of his other links as well. So there are 2 main drawbacks of these units, right? Number 1 is their active skill transformation requirements. You're not going to see Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks or Super BUU that often unless you're running them in long events. And number 2 is they're constantly changing link sets. Gotenks isn't like, it's not that heavy. Granted, he does gain Over in a Flash upon Super Saiyan 3 transformation. So you gotta work with these units, okay? They're unfortunately not like units you can just throw on the team, like especially Gotenks. You just throw on the team and yeah, they'll be just fine. Unless you're running a team like an all fusions team with Gotenks, then you'll be fine. For example, but on teams like Hybrid Saiyans, probably not unless you're running another Gotenks unit. Like you want to run fellow Gotenks units with these guys, with this Gotenks in particular. So Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is very, very good, but again, like I said, the active skill transformation is what's holding them back, and I'll get into BUU in just a second too. But this guy, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, he's borderline probably one of the best transformation units because he's breaking, especially with 200% attack and being able to launch nearly up to 3 super attacks at once, while also greatly raising attack and defense upon super attack. He's breaking like 6-7 million. Like it's kind of crazy how high. Like what is it? Maybe like 5-6 million is a safer assumption, but he could probably break 7 million. I would say it's probably a better bet for him because it's crazy how high he can get. So just keep that in mind. If you get this guy, you're set. The main thing with the other Gotenks is in the past, the Super Saiyan 3 ones, is that they had no defense. He's greatly raising his defense, and he also has 100% defense just from the start of turn. So the more super attacks he launches, the higher his defense is to go. He's going to be breaking 200,000 defense with ease, okay, with the greatest of ease. So that's Gotenks. He's very, very good, okay. I'm not going to try and bash them or anything like that. Then let's move on to BUU right here. So BUU, he has single-handedly one of the best leader skills in the game. Majin Power, Key 4, 170% across the board. Artificial Life Forms, Key 3, HP attack, 170%, defense, 130. The main issue with that is that there is a direct replacement for Majin Power with LR physical BUU tanks. However, if you are a person like me who do not pull LR BUU tanks, then this is your best bet. If you want to run a Majin team, you need this BUU. I'm going to be going crazy trying to summon for Tech BUU. I only want 1 copy of him just so I can run a Majin Power team. I'm dying to. So his leader skill alone puts him above Gotenks, but we'll get into more about him in just a second. So super attack greatly raises attack from 1 turn, causes immense damage. Passive, Key 1, attack 100%, reduces damage received by 40%. Exchanges into Skinny BUU, pure evil BUU, upon the next turn that he comes around, right? And then he has Majin, Innocence, Kamehameha, Infinite Regeneration, Revival, While Standing Tall, Fierce Battle. So the main issue with this BUU is that he lacks big bad bosses. Unfortunately, going forward now, it's kind of tough to judge villains because it's a matter of if they have big bad bosses or not, because that's such a dominant Link. It's easily the best Link skill in the game now. Full Link level 10, it's easily the best Link in the game. So now, if a unit doesn't have big bad bosses, it hurts them badly. Like AGL Super 17, for example. He would be like borderline top 3 TURs in the game had he had big bad bosses in his Link set, I would say, without question. He does so much as it is, and then if he had big bad bosses, he's already. If you guys saw my Rainbow showcase of him, he was only at Link level 1, right? So he could hit higher with maximum Links, of course, but he broke nearly a 4 million attack stat. At full Link level 10 with bad bosses, we're talking about Super 17 reducing damage by 70% and breaking probably a 5 million or more attack stat. Dude, imagine. But, that's just how it is, unfortunately. So, moving on. By the way, he's also on a lot of different teams. A lot of good teams, too. Resurrected Warriors, BUU Saga, Transformation Boost, Time Travelers, Artificial Life Forms, Kamehameha, Majin Power, and Power Absorption. Just so many good villain teams. A lot of good teams you could run a lot of BUU units on. Just keep that all in mind. Then we get into Skinny BUU right here. Greatly raises attack for 1 turn. Causes immense damage and guaranteed seal of the super attack. Key 2, attack 150%. Reduces damage received by 40% and a high chance of stunning the attacked enemy and medium chance of evading enemy's attack, including a super attack. So this guy is very, very good for Super Battle Road, right? So his main drawback is, other than reducing damage by 40%, he has no defense, right? So he's not going to be. You don't want to put him in the first slot where there's going to be a lot of attacks, and you can't expect him to tank it. He can tank normal attacks, but super attacks, forget it. He's not. Unfortunately, if they buffed it any higher, he would have been fine. But 40%, it'll do you good for so long. But then if you get bombarded by super attacks, that'll be a different story. For example. Also, most of his links become Brutal Beatdown, Berserker. I don't know why Berserker's there. It's such a horrible link. Like, why? Why are you there? And then the fact that they didn't change it at Link level 10, they gave it, what? 10% extra attack at Link level. It's pointless. It's pointless. It's stupid. And also, he gets Fear and Faith, which is great. And Brutal Beatdown. So this guy is very, very good for Super Battle Road, for example, because he has guaranteed seal and also a high chance, which is like what? I think high chance is like maybe 60% or 70%. It's like one or the other, right? Percentages in Dokkan are so whack sometimes. And he also has a high chance of stunning the attacked enemy, right? So those two factors alone make him really, really good for Super Battle Road. On top of, he's also going to be hitting pretty hard too, with 150% attack, right? And then also medium chance, which is about 25 to 30% chance of dodging too. So as a tech type unit, even if you have only 1 copy of him, because he'll have crit from the potential system, he's still going to be dodging, which is, it's better than nothing, of course. So that's great. That's really, really good for him. So I don't like how people slander this unit, because he's by no means a bad unit. And for example, if you're going into longer events, if you're going into longer events with Super BUU, forget it. Holy crap. Super BUU is, again, borderline. If you were to count Super BUU among all the transformation units, like as an individual unit by himself, easily top 5 TURs, easily. Because you look at it, greatly raises attack and defense for 3 turns, guaranteed seal, right? Key 3, attack 220%, reduces damage received by 50%, chance of performing a critical hit plus 12% per rainbow key spare attained. So you throw a unit like Mr. BUU, for the tech Mr. BUU, for example, who upon Dokkan Awakening or EZA? I forget one or the other. He changes it's Dokkan Awakening. He changes key spears into rainbow key spears. You keep him around with this Super BUU, you're almost guaranteeing yourself crits at that point. Like it's really, really crazy. And plus, reducing damage by 50%, and he's raising defense upon super attack, greatly raising defense, I'll add right there. He's easily going to have like over 150k to probably over 200,000 defense, so he'll take super attacks too. So keep that in mind. And he has Brutal Beatdown, Metamorphosis, and Fear and Face still. So Brutal Beatdown and Fear and Face, that's the one main thing he has over Gotenks, is that most of his links stay virtually the same, except Berserker becomes Metamorphosis, which is perfectly fine, because Metamorphosis is a great link. If I had to change anything, maybe Fear and Faith. Well, not Fear and Faith. Wall Standing Tall definitely could have gone. Wall Standing Tall should have been Big Bad Bosses, I would say, but you know, that's my personal opinion. So Super BUU is very, very good. I would say, yeah, I would say he's probably better than Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. That's just my personal opinion, because you level up all these links to level 10, forget it. Like, Majins are such a broken team now. Just a roster of characters after the link level update is mind-boggling how good they become. Back then, they weren't that good. Now, they're broken. They're easily broken. So here's a main point that I do want to bring up. A lot of people are confused about whether or not to summon for these units, because number one, you look at when they came out on JP Dokkan. They came out for Golden Week at the end of April 24th of this past year. We are now in the beginning of November. They're about to drop on Global in just a few days from now. A lot of Dokkan Festival units have come out. A lot of better Dokkan Festival units have come out. STR Kefla, Tech Ultimate Gohan, Physical Angel Golden Frieza, all of which are better than these guys. And then, you know, like I said, their main drawbacks is their active skill transformations. Had they had the the capability of transforming into Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks or Super BUU faster, like maybe, I don't know, turn 4 or 5 or something like that. It's just hypothetical here, of course. You know, they would have been so much better off and so much more hype. But because their active skill is the main reason why they're getting killed off, and also because, like, you look at, you know, Tech Ultimate Gohan and Physical Angel Frieza, what they do, you know, especially turn 1, compared to what these guys do, turn 1, it's without question, you know, those two, Tech Ultimate Gohan and Physical Angel Frieza, they shit on the first couple of forms of Gotenks and BUU. They Tech Ultimate Gohan alone, in just his base form, not even transforming via active skill into Tech Ultimate Gohan, completely shits on Super Saiyan Gotenks and Evil BUU, completely. So, like, that's the main issue, is that they're completely overshadowed by units that came out after them. So the hype is not as big for them when they finally come out on Global, but Global players know what's coming next, of course. So it's unfortunate, but that's just the grim reality of the situation, of course. So now I went over the units, so let's go over their banners, right? I believe this one first, yeah. So this is BUU's banner, right? So keep in mind, Global is very notorious for changing banners up, right? I don't know if they will or will not. I cannot say for sure, but let's just go off the assumption that they do not change the banners, right? This banner is not all that great. Gotenks' banner is, I would say, probably better, because, like, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta is good. You've been on, like, 3 banners in the last few months on Global alone, so I already have him Rainbow, and everybody should have at least one copy of him. AGL Zamasu is good. You know, he's coming back for the first time, and what? Actually, no, he was on the LR Tech Vegeta Blue banner. Physical Broly is still pretty solid. AGL Metal Cooler, you know, he's getting a little old, but he is still a solid unit. And then, of course, Super Saiyan 3 Broly. You know, RIP Super Saiyan 3 Broly in comparison to Ink Kid BUU and AGL Super 17. You pale in comparison. I don't know why they decided to make his EZA the way they did. You know, especially since he was the worst among all the TURs, but like, Christ, man, they just did him so dirty. So BUU's banner is like an okay banner, right? It's not good, it's not bad, it could have been better, you know, but it's fair because they weren't going to throw back on STR Cooler. He was just on the Halloween banner on Global, and he was also just on the Worldwide Celebration banner. They weren't certainly going to throw on AGL Super Android 13 either, because he was just on Global too. You can make the argument for Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, but you guys get my point. They want to put Cooler, Cooler of all units on back-to-back banners like that. So, BUU's banner is like, it's meh, could be better, but just keep in mind, Global may or may not change up the banners. It's really hard to say. Then we look at Gotenks' banner. Gotenks' banner is a lot better, I would say, because Super Saiyan 2, Angel Goku is good. Piccolo is okay. He's limited to really only a Namekian's team, basically, because you need a fellow Namekian to get his active skill transformation. So that's like the main thing that holds him back. Tech Trunks is still good because he infinitely raises stats defense. AGL Gogeta is still very good even to this day. Right now, you're bad, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, but you're bound to get an easy A at some point, and then this Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is very bad. So, like, realistically, you can argue that both banners are, like, exactly the same. I could definitely see that because each one are just, like, the equivalent to another. So, it depends on, like, who you want to go for. Now, the main thing to keep in mind, Global has already been receiving the tickets for these banners, right? So, which each summon you're going to be doing, you're going to be receiving tickets. It's like, I don't know, like 4 tickets per, like 3 or 4 tickets per multi or something like that. I don't know, maybe more. And then there's also going to be discounted summons at the very beginning of the banners. Like, I think it goes 25, 35, then 45 for the first round. So that's like the main thing, right? So for my free-to-play players, right, do I recommend you guys summoning on these banners? I would say yes, to a certain extent. And the certain extent is go 1 round on each banner. So, like, just do the first initial set of summons on Gotenks and the first initial set of summons on BUU's banner, and then stop. These banners are not that good, but I do recommend us trying to pull for either Gotenks or BUU, especially BUU, I would say more than Gotenks, because BUU, I would argue, is a lot better than Gotenks is. So, now, he's definitely who I'm going to be summoning for in particular. So for free-to-play players, at least go 1 round, because with the tickets, the discount summons, the free multis and stuff, you're going to be putting in a lot of stone, like what, 200 something stones, I would say, which is, I would say, a safe bet, because this celebration is also going to be bringing a lot of stones as well from missions, potential EZAs, explosive chain battle, I would say, is probably coming back soon. Also, I can imagine that some of you may have quite a bit of stones saved up from the World Tournament just now. So, should you summon on this? Yes, do at least 1 round each on each banner, and then stop. Unless you're like, a content creator or a pay-to-play player like myself, then, we're going to keep going onto these banners. For you free-to-play players, stop after the initial round. Or, you know what? Don't even summon at all. That's your call too, because I'll get into what's coming on Global very, very soon, right? So with this celebration, right, there are 3 units that are getting Dokkan Awakenings. The Int Super Saiyan Kid Goten, who then Dokkan Awakens into this form, right here. It takes a little while to load up right here. Let's see. Come on. Yeah, there we go. This Gotenks, Goten, excuse me, right here. And then we also have the Tech Super Saiyan Kid Trunks, who then Dokkan Awakens. This is again via Ink Gotenks' Dokkan Awakening medals, 35 each, right? He awakens into this guy, right? So these two are very, very good, especially you want them together, okay? So if you're running a youth category team, for example, run these two side by side. They have literally the exact same passive, which is attack 120%. They each reduce damage by 40%, plus an additional attack 70%, and also reduces damage received by an additional 30%, so 70% total, when performing a super attack if there's an ally whose name includes, you know, Kid Trunks or Krillin. So run these two side by side, they're reducing damage. Oh, excuse me. They're reducing damage by 70%. So they're crazy good. They are very, very good. So just, you know, keep that in mind. Especially, I assume a lot of you either have these units, you know, probably have a dupe in them or so, because they've been on global for a long time, I would say. So keep that in mind. And also with BUU's Dokkan Awakening medals, we have Skinny BUU Dokkan Awakening right here, right? He becomes very, very good. You know, the main thing that hurts him is that he's a super class unit, so with his fellow extreme Majin Buus, it might be a bit of an issue. But he is very, very good. He goes attack and defense 150%, plus key 3 and an additional attack 150% when and a high chance of evading enemies' attack for 7 turns from the start of turn. So he's very, very good. Especially in like Super Battle Road, for example. He's actually going to be very, very good. Yeah, a great Dokkan Awakening. I highly recommend grinding up the medals to Dokkan Awaken this guy. He's great. He's great. So now let's get into what's to come on Global, right? So this current celebration with BUU and Gotenks is probably going to take up the large majority of November, right? So I'll probably bring up right here. Well, I'll probably do it in another video, right? So this celebration, like I said, will take up all of November, I would say. It's probably a safe assumption because that's how like the Golden Week celebration usually is. Then the next Dokkan festival that should come to Global, right, is Physical Angel Frieza, right? That'll probably come around the end of November / beginning of December. And now one of two things is gonna happen with Global for Christmas, right? The first thing is that they completely ignore LR Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku and Blue Evolution Vegeta and do a global first banner like they've been doing the last 2 years. The first year was Tech Hit, second and last year was STR Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. Now, I don't think that's going to happen this year. I do highly believe that this year will be, you know, this Tanabata celebration for Global, which will bring the solo Dokkan Festival for LR Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku and Blue Evolution Vegeta. And we scroll down right here. Here's the main thing. Their banner is horrible. Absolutely horrible. You know, obviously, you know, these guys are great. EGL, you know, Krillin is a very good unit. You know, he is actually very, very good. You know, brand new unit. Obviously, LR Gohan and Goten are very, very good, and obviously, Physical Beerus is good. But holy shit, and you know, Int UI Goku, AGL Transforming Goku, Physical Transforming Vegeta, Blue Evolution Vegeta, STR Jiren, and Angel Golden Frieza. Holy shit, they've been literally on a million fucking banners. Okay, I'm genuinely surprised I don't have this guy Rainbow. I have literally every other one of these guys Rainbow except UI Goku. The only 4 units that you would realistically be going for is Goku and Vegeta, Krillin, Gohan and Goten, and Beerus, because they are like the newest units. All of these guys, if you're like a long-time veteran player like myself, you either have these guys rainbowed or damn near it by now. And plus, you know, it's 10 featured units too, so unless you're getting a Zeno, Whis, or Goku Black Rift animation to guarantee you Goku and Vegeta, you're going to have a hard time trying to pull these guys. So I'm not really too sure if I recommend summoning for them in particular. You know, that's just my personal bias, of course. Because, you know, 10 unit banners is a lot. You know, especially when most of the banner units are ass and very old. Like, Blue Evolution Vegeta and Physical Transforming Vegeta are still both solid to this day, but that's it. AGL Transforming Goku is ass. UI Goku is very, very old now, and he's like a mediocre unit at best. SDR Jiren, meh, and Angel Golden Frieza is also meh. And you know, they're old units. They've been out for 2-3 years now on Global, so that's just the main thing. So, do I recommend summoning for these guys? No, not really. If anything, just save your red coins for them and buy them with red coins, I would say. Then for the New Year's banner, last year what brought LR Super Saiyan 2 Kale and Caulifla. This year I am expecting LR Jiren because this guy came out right after Blue Goku and Vegeta, so it makes sense that he would come out for New Year's. I actually do recommend summoning for Jiren, right? Obviously, it's very risky with an LR banner, of course, but you look at the featured unit pool, right? Jiren, obviously a monster. Int Topo is very good. During the celebration, STR Topo and AGL Dispo are getting easy A's, which makes them monsters. Topo in particular becomes literally one of the best easy A units in the game. Physical Blue Goku is very, very good post Dokkan Awakening. STR Whis is absolutely phenomenal. AGL Skinny Boo, I already said, is very, very good. Int Rebands, meh. Bodamagetta is meh. STR Frost is meh. But then Champa and Bergamo obviously we all know is broken. And then Champa is very good, especially now with all the updates to Universe 6 category team. So the banner is by no means bad. If you guys don't have some of these units, Rainbow, this is a good time to Rainbow, like most of these units. Like, forget these three, unless, they get easy A's and become monsters in the future. But, like, all these units right here, they're all just absolutely amazing, right? And then you look at the roster of LRs that are, in this banner, like, by then, by the time that Jiren arrives on Global, right, they would add LR Int Rose and physical LR Broly into the banners as well. So, that's a chance, especially for global players like myself, who did not pull, also LR Nappa and Vegeta. All the LRs are going to be in that banner. Plus, they'll also be available via Coin Shop. You look at UI Goku right there, Broly, Rose, Tech Broly, Nappa and Vegeta, Kale and Caulifla, just all these fantastic LRs. Even if you don't walk away with Jiren, any one of these guys, most of them, it's fine. Like, you're walking away with an LR. But Jiren himself, he is a literal monster. I've seen still borderline, like, top 5 best unit in the game, I would say. Because you run them side by side with STR Topo, and that's probably one of the deadliest combos. And then probably, this is also the final assumption, on New Year's itself, right? Like, Happy New Year's, it's now 2021. This Tanabata banner will drop on Global. This will bring back the LR Blue Fusions, as well as have 4 featured LRs, including Blue Goku and Vegeta, Gohan and Goten. But it has, like, 5, 10, 15, 20 featured units on the 20 featured SSRs on the banner. Like, no. This banner is literally only here so that way players can buy the Blue Fusions back with red coins. That's literally the only purpose of this banner. I'm sorry, but it's true. I mean, unless you're like a brand new player that doesn't have like most of these units or something like that, fine, by all means summon for them. But again, for most of us long-time players, you're only here for the Blue Fusions. You are, unless you get like a blue like a Zeno animation or something like that, you are not walking away from a multi-summon with Blue Vegeta or Blue Gogeta. It's not happening. There's too many featured units here. But yeah, wow, this was a long video. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was my Should You Summon video for BUU and Gotenks. Final verdict, again, once more. Go, for my free-to-play players, just go 1 round into each banners and stop. Because we have LR Jiren coming out next month. Potentially Angel Golden Frieza at the beginning of December, whose banner is also very, very good. I forgot to bring him up, but I'll bring him up another time in another Should You Summon video. But that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.